Foyle, and today we're interviewing people for Refugee Month.
What's your opinion on how the media portrays refugees?
Depends on what channel you're looking at. In Canada there's different channels, so there's varying degrees. Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, they're very open and would probably back the refugees, and then there's other channels that don't. So that's how it's portrayed, and I think it's portrayed all over the world the same. Some channels, like if you're talking about Fox News, totally different story from what the BBC would say or CBC would say. So that's how it is.
Do you think the government does enough to help refugees?
It's a very difficult question right now, the refugee question, because there's never been as many refugees other than like maybe in the world wars or something, but there's so many refugees that people really don't know what to do with them. And like some of the countries that they're going into are going to go broke if they take any more in, and that's kind of where it's at. But the governments, I guess some governments do about more than anybody else. Like Canadians are famous for taking in refugees. They're forever taking them in. But and it never seems to do us any harm. So,
how do you think society can help refugees?
Once again, that's a very broad question, because you've got religious refugees. In Canada, we're so mixed with our diaspora that there's lots of, if it's Muslim refugees, there's lots of Muslims in Canada already to help look after them. Language and everything else is all taken care of in Canada.
Can't really think anything.
Well, when you see on the news refugees that are here and they're working and they're rearing their families and getting on with it, but other people are putting stones, bricks through their houses, and then they have to move, and I think they're making a good input into the economy.
No, well, I would see politicians using them as to unite people and using them as a hate group, so that they can actually benefit from the negative publicity that they give and make them a target group. And it's pretty much spot onto by the media. I think they actually target refugees and post them quite often in a negative light.
I think that we should be helping them as much as we can, but we're also, in the West, we're very much responsible for why they are refugees.
How do you think the media portrays them?
Very two-dimensional, very sort of, whatever sensations happening at the moment, how they describe them, and very shallow, and I think it's very bad that people have very little idea of what's going on behind the scenes.
Do you have any ideas on how you think we could help refugees?
Yeah, try and use our influence to bring genuine peace settlements in the areas of conflict. Stop playing games with poor countries, America and Russia, China, Britain, Europe. We all play games with the places like Sudan, Somalia, Middle East. We just ignore the plight of the poor, and they end up being refugees. Then we complain they're coming over here.